Miracles come true, only child, if you believe. You look up one day and there I'll be standing right in front of you. Looking back, there are so many things that I would change. If I could do it all again, I'd do it differently. But nothing is impossible, so I just thought I'd call to let you know I'm here. And when your lonely nights get cold, you'll hear a strange wind blow. If you listen close, you'll hear me say, miracles come true, only child, if you believe. You'll look up one day and there I'll be standing right in front of you.
Hi guys, how are you today? How are you today? Right. Hi everybody, how are you today? Having technical difficulties. Hi Patricia, how are you today? All right, so I hope everybody's had a good couple days. I know we had big hurricane in Florida. I hope that everybody in Florida is doing their best to recoup from 2 hurricanes, and our prayers are out to everybody in the South, including North Carolina and all those areas that were affected from Helene, and now we're doing Milton. Hi, Noki. Hi, Joanne. How are you tonight? All right, so we're going to keep those people in prayer. Yes, I hopped on kind of unannounced. I kind of gave you a little bit of an hour. I was going to do this on YouTube, but I figured I will do it here first. And then I will take the recording and put it on YouTube and make it a video. All right, so in light, of course, everybody, I'm sure, had seen, if not, they're going to see, the Oprah interview with Riley Keough. Well, thankfully, only roof damage. Well, I hope and pray you guys get no more storms so you can get your roof repaired. But thank God you guys are alive and okay and safe. All right, that's Patricia. All right, so as I was saying, the book is not going to reveal Elvis is alive. And we all know that, right? Because EPE is in control of everything that goes on in that family. They are not going to release it because obviously they want to keep that myth alive. But I have access to some interviews that Lisa Marie had done and some other people who have given hints along the way. So I figured we would do a little bit of that first. And we're going to look at some videos that Lisa Marie had made, interviews about, you'll notice her body language, her clearing her throat, tried to change the subject, cut people off. She does everything she can to avoid letting it out. Okay, so we're going to actually do a short first. I had done actually a reel before, and I'm sure everybody has seen the reel, but it was with many people announcing that Elvis was alive. So I'm going to do that one first, and then I will go into other things. I believe it's this one.
Elvis is alive.
He too grew up very, very poor.
Yeah, Paul.
And it's exactly what you said the other day.
Elvis Aron Presley, not Elvis Aaron Presley like is on his gravestone. Elvis was too honest a man to put his real name on a grave that he wasn't in. He ain't in it. Several of the top names in the music world that see him on a fairly regular basis, talk to him all the time.
He is 80 day. Not that he would be.
Yeah.
He is. He's still alive. He's the king.
You know
He's
what?
always going to
He
be
is.
the king.
Well,
Went off and he had come in and kissed me goodnight after that. That was the last time I saw him alive.
Now I wanted to say something that Riley had said to Oprah. This is where my mother had met her father on the night or the morning before he died. It was like the entrance to the backyard of the jungle room, which I thought was interesting. Where here, Lisa says that she had said goodnight to her father in the bedroom. So I thought that was kind of strange. All right, because the stories don't match for me. All right, we're going to continue with this one.
The house for 3 days.
And then she said he was in the house for 3 days. Now, he died on the 16th at 3 or whatever, announced dead late afternoon that day, the 16th. On the 17th, he was in the house in the casket. On the 18th, he was buried. So he wasn't there for 3 full days.
And there was something very oddly comforting about that, which made it not necessarily real for me. As I stayed in there with it almost the whole time. We can stop.
I know.
Now, also, Riley had mentioned, and none of these videos have this, so Riley had mentioned that her mother would go down after everybody left and look at her father in that casket and touch his arms and ask him, why did you do this to me? Why did you leave me like this? Or something on that idea. Now, I mean, that's from what I can remember. And I'm like, you touching a wax? I was like, I really did not. That did not wash with me at all. But anyway, so these two here are Priscilla actually letting us know that he's alive. But the one with Garth Brooks, I wanted to bring that up and I forgot to pause the video. The song The Dance, John Burroughs had recorded for Elvis Found Alive. That is actually, excuse me, can't speak today. His song, Garth Brooks' song. And he remade it for his album. So he knows that obviously Elvis is alive. So he did tell her at his 80th birthday he was alive. And of course, she didn't really catch on. She thought it was his spirit he was talking about. But that's okay. All right. So here is Priscilla 2 times. The first one is his actual birthday in 2022. The second one is the candlelit vigil in 2022.
He's living there. He's there. Trust me. This is a very special day celebrating his birthday. This is our chance to give him a big hug and celebrate him and say, happy birthday, Elvis. Happy birthday, Elvis. Yeah, he's probably
Proud of, you know.
Okay, so she's like, he's probably hiding us. I'm like, how blunt, how much hints can you give this crowd? It's candlelit vigil 2022, and she's telling Elvis or Jesse happy birthday. All right, so this is Riley Keough and her quote.
You know, me and my mom and our whole family, wherever he is.
Wherever he is.
Elvis is alive.
And of course, that was Bruce Springsteen. All right. So that reel is on our page here. I don't think it's on YouTube yet because I have one interview. Now, there's an interview on the next video that deals with this letter. This letter she had written, and if you see, right, let's see, the right here, it says for down at the bottom, and it's kind of darkened. For my beautiful mother and father. All right. And then she says, each of us have pioneered unusual and perfect lives and changes individually. God, I wish we could have all been there for each other doing so. It may not have made it any easier, but it would have been a lot less serious. We are still in eternal unit, never broken. I love and appreciate you two very much, and it could bury me alive. I hope I haven't been too much of a burden to bear, but hey, if I have, it runs in the damn family. L. All right. So she's just telling her parents right here at the bottom of this letter. The first top of the letter is for her fans, and then she talks about her kids and stuff like this. I believe this is like a letter from her first album that she had out. All right. So this was from Linda Hood Sigmund's site. It is on there, but I thought I would show you. She is talking in the present tense. She doesn't say to her father, you know, I wish she could be here and all that kind of thing. She didn't. She just basically said, pioneer unusual and perfect lives. And when you see the video next, which I'm going to actually go into the video because I couldn't clip the video on here for some reason. So I'm just going to go into the videos here. Now, one of the videos is her did you notice her body language? I'm going to actually go back and rewind.
Well, I wish that I had spent just little.
All right. No, I'm sorry. I had it in the wrong spot. This first interview pertains to this letter that I just wrote. So it's kind of soft, so you might have to turn your volume a little bit up. And it's,
so that, you know, you could have shared
other
things together and grown up together because you didn't get to know him that way. But
I think what I meant was that it would have been nice if while we were venturing on all the different terrain we ventured, that it would be nice to have each other while doing that, because my mom and her and me and him all have these different roads and battles we've had in our lives, and I think that I was trying to point out it'd have been a hell of a lot easier on us, or we'd at least had more of a humor about it if we didn't have to go through each thing alone, you know?
You notice that she talks in present tense about all three of them. All right, present tense. She's not saying, "Oh, my father's dead, and it's just my mother and me, and blah blah blah." No, she says, "Oh, they've been all living individual lives, and it's too bad that we couldn't have got together and done it without being so lonely, and blah blah blah." I thought that was very, very telling. Just very telling. She's not saying that he's not dead. She's not saying he's dead in this one. She's talking in the present tense. Do I need to rewind this? Let me know if you want me to rewind it so you can hear it again, because the volume was very low on this recording for some reason. All right. So the next one, I believe, is the Larry King interview. So I'm just going to go into that.
Do you ever feel communication with your father? Do you ever feel a channeling? Some people claim that they feel their father or their mother departed around them.
I don't know. We're getting into a hairy, controversial field here, and I'd rather not
You can
comment.
feel it or feel it.
You know, I mean, if I don't want to answer.
She noticed she just avoided that altogether. She's like, no, I don't want to answer that. Like, you're getting into a hairy subject here. I'm like, okay. If her father was really dead, do you think that she would not have said, would you think that she would have said something? I think so. But okay. So this next clip is about one of the lyrics to one of her songs. I'm not sure which one. If any of you have ever listened to her songs, you'll notice. But this lyric is quite interesting because it talks about a limp. Yeah. Okay. Listen very careful. I'll
I
rewind.
heard broken footsteps. Was that you limping?
Broken
I
footsteps.
heard broken
that you
footsteps.
limping.
Was that you limping? Well, I wish that I had spent just a little bit more time with you.
Yeah.
When you sing that song, when you wrote that song, were you thinking of your dad?
Yeah.
She wished she could spend a little more time with him, but it was broken steps and are you limping? I mean, I never seen Elvis limping in his real life when he was living. I don't know, had anyone else seen him limping or hearing his steps in the stairs? I know that he had knee replacement surgery and he was on a cane and he used a cane quite often. So, yeah, I think that's pretty telling. All right. I'm going to go into this next one. This is a clue that I have out on the page quite often. I don't know, this might be a picture, but in the picture on her shirt, it says, "You're still here? I thought you were dead." That's a clue right there. I mean, why would you wear a shirt like that if you didn't think your father was, you weren't giving out a clue that your father was still alive and around? All right. So this next one, I'm hoping the link works. If not, I have to dig it up for you. Okay. So what Elvis revealed in his book, what Jesse revealed in his book about Lisa Marie. First of all, he told her Lisa Marie was notified a few months later after he staged his death, and he told her that she would not see him much. Now you can just imagine the hurt and the pain that this woman went through. It made her a very strong person, very strong-willed person. But I can believe why she went through what she went through and why she acted the way she acted. Because she was very hurt. Even if her father did die, and your father tells her later on that he's still alive, wouldn't you be very hurt? I would be very hurt. I'd be happy that he's alive, but I'd be very hurt. And I would probably feel a little abandoned and a little angry. So she held a lot of stuff, a lot of resentment. In the spring of 1998, Jesse spent time with her in Florida to be near her. And Lisa owned a property in Clearwater, Florida, and it was near the Church of Scientology. It's also the photograph with Jesse and his grandson Benjamin. So that was taken in 1994. So that's 4 years before the spring of 1998. And she had taken him to see his grandpa, or taking him to see Elvis at his hideaway, Jesse Elvis. We don't know exactly where that hideaway is, but according to Linda's letter, it was at his hideaway. He identified Benjamin and his middle name Storm and his date of birth and how old he was in the picture. If anyone hasn't seen that video, it is in the featured section of this page, of the group page, and also on YouTube. So it's on all three, I believe. And Jesse revealed about the church and that they know about him, and they also are very instrumental in running EPE. So EPE is run by people in Scientology. Now, Scientology is all about money, so they're not going to allow anybody in the family to reveal that Jesse Elvis is alive, because obviously that would hurt their money, their bottom line, and their reputations too. Okay.
Composure, but yeah, I felt very connected to him and to the song.
But do you talk to your dad? Do you think about him every day? How does that work?
No, I don't. I wouldn't say I talk to. I just remember everything and all the. I just can sort of pull out of the files, whatever memory I had and stuff like that. I just hope that he's, you know, maybe occasionally ask for help.
Yeah.
Which was the case with this record too. Like I just felt like a hand came down to me, like
Really?
this, you know. It felt like that a little bit.
Yeah. Because I mean, the words are just so powerful, aren't they?
Yeah, because I read it and I thought, my God, I know his struggles. You know, a lot of people know what those were. I just had the same struggles. You know.
All right. So I love it how she just like. I'm going to take this off. She cleared her throat. And she had to think about what she was going to say, obviously. All right. She knows he was alive, but I think it's EPE that runs the show over there. So, and I know that she had Riley's been all over the place, everywhere, promoting of the book. Now I only got a sample of the ebook. I haven't read the whole thing yet, but I was in the middle of trying to figure out if I wanted to purchase it or not. But I'm gonna wait and find out for some other people to think if it's worth my time. Anyway, so hi Patricia, and I'll just start doing my list. Hi Patricia, I already said hi, but I'm gonna do it again. Hi Noki. Hi, Joanne. Thankfully, your roof is damaged. Okay. Well, I'm thankful that your roof, that you're alive. Your roof can always be repaired. So I'm hoping you have good insurance. I'm sure you do. Yeah, the body. Yeah. And I have a hard time because, you know, obviously they have to keep everything silent, but we know that the body was wax. I mean, there was too many people that said the body was wax. Didn't look like them. All right. And they could hear air conditioning unit and all that kind of thing. I also heard that Merle Haggard also said that he was alive, but not sure how true that is. Okay, I think in the last chapter of Is Elvis Alive, I think it was the last chapter or the chapter before. It ended with Merle Haggard's quote saying that he believes that Elvis staged his death and that the Colonel was the mastermind behind it. And I'm probably going to do the next chapter on Saturday on YouTube. I just didn't really feel like doing it today. I think I wanted to do something on the for about Lisa Marie, since her book is out and they've had the TV programs and she's been on all these different programs Riley has. And there's one thing I like about Riley. She's down to earth. She's soft spoken. She's very polite, very, very kind, lovely lady. And she has a lot of, I'm going to say, when you watch Priscilla interview, she had a lot of that type of style. Now, I'm not saying that she's like her. I'm just saying she has a little of that type of personality. And after watching all these interviews, I learned that Lisa Marie and Priscilla had what they call a love-hate relationship. They absolutely loved each other, but they couldn't get along. So basically, I think Riley had kind of mentioned that she and her mother would argue quite often. Yeah. So I think it's every parent argues, but I think that Lisa Marie, what she did was a great balance of parenting. And she took a little of her father and a little bit of her mother and made her parenting style. And I think that's what made her a very good mother. She loved her children a lot. Right. So I'm going to finish with Only Child. I firmly believe this is Elvis singing this whole album. And this is my opinion. We are going to go and cover the Elvis tapes eventually with Is Elvis Alive? And on that Elvis tape, he is quoted as saying that he is working on a new album. and that he was getting singers and songwriters and musicians gathered. Okay, so that is the album, I believe. It took a while to get together because obviously he burnt some bridges when he faked his death, you know, and put an album together in 1988. So this song, Only Child, I'm going to finish with, and if we have any more comments after, I will address them, okay? It's almost done anyway, but anyway.
And when lonely nights get cold, you'll hear a strange wind blow. If you listen close, you'll hear me say, miracles come true.
Yep, you're right there.
If you believe, you'll look up one day and there I'll be standing right in front of you. Yes, miracles come true, only child, if you believe. Mine came true when you came to me. My only child. Oh,